gonna set on fire, isn't it?
And I said, "Oh, open your mouth, then I'll get your teeth out." And he did.
Mummy, want to cuddle?
Hello again. Thanks for anybody who's tuning back in and is enjoying the series, and hello to any new viewers that you're watching. I hope you enjoy it. I know this content isn't for everyone, so I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit in the future. I've got some plans for other cars to come onto the channel, modifying, rebuilding. So in this one, we're just going to finish off the electrical system. We got it all set out on the board last episode. So this episode, I'm going to get it all wired up. I'm going to try and explain what everything does and why I've put it where I've put it to the best of my ability. But feel free to comment if you see anything daft, or you want to correct what I'm doing, or you did it another way. Love to hear it. Yeah, there'll also be a section at the end where we're starting to get the floor battens down, the sound deadening, insulation. That's quite interesting. It's not a massive long clip, it's just a bit of a time lapse, so you can see how we did that. And as I said, make sure you like, subscribe. More content coming, more interesting content maybe for some people, different content. And if you're feeling extra nice, hit the alerts button. Enjoy.
So we've taken all the electrical parts off of the board and flipped it over. KJ is sticking that back on there because our thoughts are we were going to have the electrical board down there, and then we've got to run cables to the battery and all sorts of things through there. When we're having the sink and the hob there, so we could have instead the gas and the water tank back there. So we're going to just flip that board over and have it that side, so we've got much easier access through the van to the battery and whatever else we need.
There you go, KJ. Got wood stuck in there.
Gonna set on fire, isn't it?
Right, so we've got everything back on in the reverse order. Got the holes cut. We have got some like circle cable tidies to go into these, but they haven't turned up yet. So when we wire all this today, we'll figure out where it all goes, but I'm gonna have to come back and just pop them out just to put the little cable tidy inserts in those holes at some point. Right, onto the wiring then. And you can see we got all the cables there. Got the wiring diagram, installation instructions. Right, just drilling through here, drill bits snapped straight away, so battery's in the front. This is for the battery charger, so I've just marked there with some spare where the cables are going to come through, how much slack we got, so we can work out, and then we can run these back to the board which we sat down there. Solar cable comes as one long loop. You've got male end, female end, which go into the solar panels. Let me just show you the. Oh, I'll do that in a minute. So, what you got to do, because they connect together, the solar panels on the roof, we get this cable, find the end, so somewhere around there, and then just chop it. and then these ends come down the van into your isolator there, and then from there into your charge controller. Right, chop these. One thing we didn't think about.
Grip strength, boy.
Oh, baby.
Them ones.
I assume so, yeah. Bag of tricks, find the 60. Choose a position. Macroed in. Oh, you do that?
Oh, Bubby. Want to cuddle?
And I did remember from a Matt Armstrong video the other day, he said, every time you do something up, tighten it up all the way. Don't assume you're going to come back and tighten it, because you'll forget.
Oh, famous last words, Matt Armstrong.
Turned up in the post this morning. I went over to Lando and I said, oh, open your mouth and I'll get you your teeth out. And he just goes, fully would have trusted me to do it. Strip your insulation off. Beautiful wires there. Get your crimp in. Oh no. Who's noticed what step I forgot?
Oh no, what has he done?
Heat shrink. So get a nice length of that. That'll do. Beautiful. And first, I will film this one just so you can see what we're up to, but we won't film every single one. Get your crimps. This is adjustable, so you can change those little cogs at the end depending on the wire size. Get that bad boy in there. Oh, well, someone might have noticed there that I've got that set to 35mm when it's a 16mm cable. So you open that up, push that down, select 16, and that might actually crimp the cable. Make sure it's all the way in. Lovely. Get your heat shrink and your portable heat gun.
Set the fan on.
I run out of storage.
You give it a rub, mate.
Right, so just about to install, well, just put the wires in for the safe battery disconnect, but there's an in and an out, and it shows on the drawing, but it doesn't show what the in and out is, and it does say on the instructions, if you put it the wrong polarity, the wrong way, it can damage the unit, and I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to look into that a little bit more. So I'm going to leave that. So next up, I'm going to go for the charge wires from the bottom of the isolator through the hole, back up through here. Simple. Remember, I had some wire strippers as well, so these save you loads of time. Beautiful. Right, let's run through there. I think you'll agree, looks quite neat. Then we got the glands. We'll push it all through, and then oh, actually you can take this out. Run that through there, and that'll be nice and neat and tight in there. 60 amp was for the DC to DC charger, 30 amp is for the solar charger. So I had to go to Screwfix, get some more of these, because I used the wrong one yesterday on here, when I should have used it on here, and they only provided one because they need one. It's only £2. Also in the shed, I had some more of this different sizes of heat shrink, so I'm going to use that on certain places that we didn't have any for. just going to crack on with that now. In from the battery and then out, comes out of this one. Positive on 12 volts through board. And then this here goes to the leisure battery negative terminal. Okay, similar thing again. Supply for the multi-plus 35mm cable. This one I'm just going to take underneath there. There's 50 amp. So this bottom one, you can enter the cable either side to the fuse, doesn't matter. Works better for us that side. And then negative terminal, just run underneath here into the negative bus bar. Okay. Also, while we're in here, we've got the mega fuse, 150. Stick her in there. And then this cable will go, at the moment it's just left at the end, that will go into the isolator, and then wherever we decide to put the isolator. Okay, and then the last cable I'm going to do today is this one, which is the negative from the bus bar to the top of the 12 volt supply. And then I'm going home because it's 1:30 on Sunday and Formula 1 is 2 o'clock. I'm going to take this one up through this hole because there isn't a hole up here, there's not really space for it, I'm not moving it. So that will be fine. Beautiful. Right, so see the wires behind running across the top of the van, all across the back. Now we were going to chop them, splice them, and then try and tuck them, drill some holes with grommets and stuff and put them into the side of the van, but we have decided against that, and we're just going to build around them. We're having cabinets along the back, higher cabinets across the back there anyway, so hopefully we can just hide them in the back of the cabinets.
Oh, you done, you lazy.
So all these little whole wire cable tidy things turned up yesterday, so we can put those all in the holes now. Tidy that up a bit. Unfortunately, we have to take all of these wires out to get them in. So turns out these aren't the size that they said they were on Temu, of course Temu. So I have to cut them. So annoying, don't look as good, but pro, at least I don't have to disconnect all the wires. I can just hook them around now. And this is how it's turned out. That looks much neater. We need to order a couple more, run out. But that, I think you'd agree, is looking quite nice. Start with that one. Ready? Does it click or something when it's done?
Keep going. That's it. And then you unscrew it.
Nice.
Hold on, you ain't got that straight.
Temporarily put the electrical board up in the back there, and now the plan is to get some sound deadening and insulation strips in the gaps. We've pre-cut all the insulation boards, which are Celotex, whatever it's called. So we've got the 10mm sound deadening / insulation in the divots of the floor, temporarily fixed the electrical board up. Reason we did strips rather than just laying it in whole panels is because these battered to 25mm, the insulation sheets are 25mm. Didn't want to raise it up any more than that because we want to keep as much head height in the van as possible because we're both quite tall.
Well, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for making it to the end. I know it wasn't the most exciting episode in the world, but I really appreciate it. Thanks to all the new subscribers. But I did notice since I've been doing the Campervan conversion, I've lost a lot of subscribers as well. I don't know whether that's because people were following me for the cars, they're not interested in the Campervan stuff. But as I said, I'm going to mix it up. The cars will be coming back. So yeah, just keep subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because a lot of people viewing aren't subscribed either. Hit the notifications tab, make my day. And also check out the other videos that, from the past. Yeah. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.